Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at some more Black Series 6-inch figures, and today we're going to take a look at one of my favourite figures that I picked up on Force Friday 2. This character comes to us from Star Wars Rebels and it is none other than the leader of the Ghost crew, Hera Syndulla. This is an absolutely phenomenal figure. In my opinion, she ticks all the boxes in terms of a great sculpt, great detail and super articulation, and I can't wait to share with you what makes Hera so great in just a little bit. Before we take a look at this figure though, as always, we do have to go through that packaging unfortunately, and once again we get the standard Black Series packaging design, which I am getting a little bit sick and tired of, to be honest, and I'm sure you guys are getting sick and tired of hearing me go on about it, but again, it's definitely time for an upgrade in terms of the packaging. We need something fresh and new. And quite frankly, this isn't it. This is just the standard Phase 3 packaging that we've seen for the past couple of years now. We've got the Black Series logo featured at the top of the box with some artwork of Hera down in the bottom corner. On the side, you've got the number in the series, and then on the back, you've got that artwork once again, a brief description of the character, the number, and the Black Series logo at the top. Again, very standard stuff, a little bit basic, and again, getting a little bit repetitive, so the less said about that, the better. Onto the figure though, the figure itself, absolutely phenomenal. I'm really blown away with how good this one is. She's not exactly packed to the brim with accessories, and for all intents and purposes, she's not exactly the most exciting looking character from this recent selection of 6-inch figures, but there's just something about her that is really cool. I think this is definitely, without a doubt, one of Hasbro's best realistic renditions of a Rebels character, with the exception of Grand Admiral Thrawn. But she easily trumps Kanan, Sabine, even Ahsoka from the Black Series 6-inch line, which are all figures that I've yet to review. But yeah, she's just absolutely fantastic. Hasbro have done a stellar job with this figure, and I can't applaud them enough. Now we'll run through articulation first, and then we'll touch base on some of the details within the sculpt and of course the accessories. She does feature standard 6-inch articulation, so you've got a ball joint and a hinge at the neck, hinges at the shoulders, elbows and wrists, a ball joint at the torso, swivels at the hips, swivels at the, not swivels at the hips, sorry, ball hinges at the hips, swivels at the thigh, double joints in the knees, and a joint and a rocker at the ankle. Now, one thing you'll notice is that these flight harnesses are separately sculpted on the figure's legs, and they don't hinder articulation whatsoever. They're really nice and loose, they fit fantastic around the legs, and again, they really allow for a lot of movement, so there's no hindrance in terms of the posability, and that's something that I absolutely love. As you can see, she's got some great detail in her uniform. The flight goggles are even a separately sculpted piece. Unfortunately, they can't be repositioned over Hera's face, but the fact that they're separately sculpted and not just sculpted onto the head is absolutely fantastic, and again, it's a great little bit of attention to detail. As you can see, if we come around the back of the figure, you've even got the markings on her leku. And the likeness is absolutely phenomenal. Again, it's pretty difficult to get a look and feel for these animated characters in realistic form, but Hasbro seem to do a stellar job. I think Hera and Grand Admiral Thrawn are some of their best examples. Kanan was okay, Sabine was a little bit questionable, and Ahsoka was alright. But Hera, absolutely fantastic. She looks really good, and she looks exactly how you'd imagine a live-action Hera Syndulla to look. As you can see, she does feature a holster on the side of her boot, and that can store the blaster pistol that's included. A very small weapon, but nice that it was included nonetheless. Hope you're getting a decent look at that. Doesn't fit inside the hand too well, which is my only complaint about this figure. The grip seems a little bit too small for the hand, which is a bit of a shame, but nothing too major. The blaster itself is a nice tight fit within the holster, and that allows you to store it away safely, which is really good. So all in all, a fantastic figure. I think the colour of the uniform is absolutely spot on. Again, the lightness on the head sculpt is fantastic. Just the overall execution of this figure is absolutely phenomenal. I really wasn't expecting much from this one, but again, it's definitely one of my favourite figures that I picked up on Force Friday 2. So So I definitely recommend adding this one to your collection. Even if you're not a fan of Star Wars Rebels, it's always good to get more Rebel pilots, and Hera is no exception. So that's going to do it for this review. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back with some more 6-inch Black Series figures very soon. Got tons of cool reviews to do for you, and the next selection of figures that we'll be taking a look at are of course from Star Wars The Last Jedi. So make sure you stay tuned for those. And until next time, as always, thank you for watching, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.